Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. So we stand for Shema. We allow ourselves to kind of get centered, catch our balance, cover our eyes if you wish. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. If you are studying for your adult B'nai Mitzvah, come up and help me with V'ahavta, please, on page 154. They're thinking, I didn't know she was going to ask us to do that. Right over here. You can hold on to the podium. Scoot it this way. Together.
V'yata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol kofcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta ba'aram v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'shofchecha u'komecha u'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'tokot bein einecha u'chtatam al mizot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yetem kedoshim le'olechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hoseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim le'yot lachem le'olim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Thank you guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. Please turn to page 665. Because Pesach is coming very, very soon, I thought it would be nice if we did one of our Pesach songs. 665, Avadim Chayinu. So before singing that before Mi Chamocha, before this prayer about crossing the Red Sea or the Sea of Reeds, we remember that we were oppressed, but now we are free. And sometimes we have to really remind ourselves of that because of the thoughts in our head that tells us so often. So here we go. Avadim Chayinu, Chayinu, Ata b'nei chorim, b'nei chorim. Avadim Chayinu, Ata b'nei chorim. Avadim Chayinu, Avadim Hayinu, Hayinu. Ata b'nei chorim. Avadim Hayinu. Ata b'nei chorim. Avadim Hayinu. Ata b'nei chorim. Ata b'nei chorim. Beautiful. Let's go back to Mi Chamocha, page 158. Flip, flip, flip. So part of preparing ourselves for Pesach is starting to hear these melodies. So I'm going to chant Mi Chamocha with you to the melody of Adir Hu as a way of reminding us of that holiday that's coming up very, very soon. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar v'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele. Keep going. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokeh yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam za'eli anu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. It's been said that the Mi Chamocha absorbs the flavor of the holiday. So if wherever you were going in the world and you heard the melody of Mi Chamocha to a holiday, you would know that that holiday was just around the corner. We continue together on page 162 with Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledor v'rishonon. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledor v'rishonon. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledor v'rishonon. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledor v'rishonon. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledor v'rishonon. So dear friends, we stand for tefillah. Prayer that connects us to our ancestors and to that which is so much more powerful than each individual. We call that power by many names. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu b'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanura, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo B'Avad, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atagi Bor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Metim Atarav Lehoshia, Mashiv Haruach Umorid Agashem, Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechaye Metim Ve'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emana Tal HaChayometim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaMetim. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yalu chasala. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. So I invite you to find readings that speak to you, or just allow your heart to be the guide of what you wish to pray about. Adonai Eloheinu, Amcha Yisrael, Utefilotam, B'Ahava Tekabel, Utahil Ratzon, Tamid Avodat Yisrael, Yisrael Amecha, Baruch atah Adonai, She'otecha levadecha b'yira navod, navod, navod. Page 177, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. So in the spirit of giving thanks, gratitude for the gifts, I would like to invite up Susan and Bruce, just so I can talk to you for a minute or two, because on Sunday, they're getting married. Yeah. It's a mazel tov, to be sure. Bruce, no prayers to lead. No prayers to lead. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
2 steps forward. Okay. Susan, come on. So, what are you doing on Sunday?
We're getting there.
Yeah, that's right. May God, who blessed the men and women of Israel in every generation, bless this bride and groom. Guide them on life's journey. May their marriage be a joy and a good example to everyone who knows you. May you create a Jewish home worthy of praise, a secure refuge where you find tranquility during all your days together. May your love inspire and bless your family, your friends, and this community, the larger community. And let us say amen. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Siman tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and siman tov. Siman tov and mazel tov. Take a seat. Mazel tov and siman tov. Siman tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and siman tov. Yahelanu. Yahelanu, Yahelanu, Uvacha Yisrael. Yahelanu, Yahelanu, Uvacha Yisrael. Mazel tov. So wonderful. Rabbis love to do weddings. Okay. So, my friends, we are in the book of Leviticus. In Hebrew, it's called Vayikra. And it's all about transforming that which is impure into something which is pure. It is considered the first section of Torah that any child should begin studying because a child is pure, and so too is the concept of purity in Leviticus. While all that is true, the content of sacrifices, various kinds of sacrifices, the kind of blood and fat that's thrown on the fire, and all the details performed by the Kohanim, they're challenging. And many rabbis find this a very challenging book in which to find relevance. But one thing is certain. The rituals of animal and grain sacrifice, korbanot, from the word to draw near, were of great value to our ancestors. Not so much from any attraction to animal sacrifices and blood, but rather because the ritual of purification meant something. If somebody made a mistake unintentionally, there was a ritual. If someone made a mistake intentionally, there was a ritual. If someone was filled with gratitude, there was a ritual. While we no longer practice korbanot, sacrifices, we continue to find rituals meaningful. Rituals play a very important function in human societies. They help individuals through their anxieties and to connect them to one another. They help people find meaning in their lives. In an article in Scientific America called Why Rituals Work, it states that rituals may be much more than rational, or may be more rational than they appear. Rituals performed after experiencing loss do shift grief. We tear a black ribbon. We place earth on a casket. We visit at the home. We say Kaddish. We give tzedakah in memory of the person who died. These rituals matter. The rituals in marriage are many. We utilize the chuppah. There are 7 circles. We smash a glass. Rituals even performed before high-pressure tasks like singing in public, giving a talk, interviewing for a job, do in fact reduce anxiety and increase people's confidence. Behavior scientist Michael Norton wrote, "We see in every culture and throughout history that people who perform rituals report feeling better. For example, basketball superstar Michael Jordan wore North Carolina shorts underneath his Chicago Bulls shorts in every game. Curtis Martin of the New York Jets is known to read Psalm 91 before each game. Wade Boggs, former third baseman of the Boston Red Sox, woke up at the same time each day, ate chicken before each game, took exactly 117 ground balls in practice, took batting practice at 5:17, ran sprints at 7:17, and also wrote the Hebrew word chai, life, in dirt before each bat. And he wasn't even Jewish. This Shabbat Hagadol, is traditionally the longest sermon that rabbis give all year to talk about Passover. No worries here. Okay. The reason is that the ritual for preparing for Pesach is considered so important. The more we put into the holiday up front, the more we experience Yetziat Mitzrayim, leaving our places of constraint, of pressure, of limitation. The word Mitzrayim, Egypt, the root of it, sar, means narrow or compressed. Leaving Mitzrayim means that we're leaving places in our lives that cause us to feel limited, crushed down, or confined. So the holiday begins this coming Wednesday evening, a little over 4 days from now. And there are ways that we ritually prepare for the holiday to spiritually assist us in leaving Mitzrayim. The one I'd like to focus on this evening is called Bidikat Chametz, the search for chametz. I do it Tuesday evening. Chametz is the leavened foods, foods that rise, foods that expand, foods that ferment. The text in your handout from the Mishnah, it says, if you look at it, Bidikat Chametz, let's see. It says, on the evening of the 14th, well, it's somewhere in there. On the evening of the 14th, one searches for leavened bread in the home by candlelight. Any place which one does not typically take leavened bread does not require a search, as it's unlikely that there's any unleavened bread there. This is a lovely, mystical, and joyful game. Once your house is cleaned and the bread and other leavened foods are no longer visible, matzah is now in your cupboard, gefilte fish is in your cupboard, replacing the crackers that used to be. The custom is you take 10 tiny pieces of bread and place them around the kitchen in the living room. You light a candle, you turn off the lights, you take your feather and a plate and a small paper bag, and you look for the chametz pieces. Once 10 are found, you're good. Then you place them in one spot all together and you burn them up in the morning. The house is then considered free and clear of chametz. Should any chametz be found, the chametz is considered as though it does not exist. Why is this ritual so important? There is a Kabbalistic link between chametz, food that rises, and the ego. If we are trying to depart from places of inner restraint and limitation, there is no room for your bloated ego. So just as we are obligated to search and check the kitchen and living room, we're obligated to search and check the chambers of our inner being for negative intention and harmful thoughts. We collect all of that self-judgment, that jealousy and insecurity and comparisons, the negative talk, and we call it chametz. The ritual of burning it releases it, and we no longer own it. At least intentionally, we have cleared the way for our Pesach. Long ago, our ancestors used animal sacrifices to shift from the state of impurity to purity. They practiced this way in order to feel better, to get a fresh start, to reclaim their best selves. Long ago, we received the Torah, and we said these words, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do, and then we'll understand later. They knew instinctively that action inspired change. They knew that the best way to navigate chaos, life's unpredictability, was to take action and shift the orientation toward purity. We all have rituals that we do. Maybe we have room to add a few other rituals into our lives. Each year, Pesach offers us this invitation. May we feel empowered to claim rituals like these as our own. And together we say, Amen. So I invite you to take your feathers home. And if you don't, Bidikat Chametz, which is a really wonderful thing to do, at least you'll have the feather to remind you about purity. Okay? So I would like those sheets, Lynn, that you got from my office. Oh, they're right here. Oh, there. I am not sure who's giving the announcements. But Bob, you look very announcing-like. Thank you so much.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to those on Zoom. Thank you to Rabbi Nancy for the thoughts and reflections for tonight. And the feather. I'll take that feather with me. Good. Tomorrow, Torah study at 9 o'clock, only online. So look on the email that came or go to the website and you'll be able to join us online, 9 o'clock. This Sunday, Neshama, the children's program, is in session at 9 a.m. And one of the things you can do if you're not a child, you can come down and schmooze with other adults. We have bagels, we have coffee, and we have time just to chat and make a new friend. So anytime between 9 and 11, if you'd like to come down, have a cup of coffee, talk a little bit, and the gift shop's open. So you could find a new talit. There's all kinds of things in the gift shop. And if nothing else, you can talk to Roberta and keep her company. So that would be great. So 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, both for the children and the Shama and for adults. So next Sabbath, will we have services? That's a trick question. No, that's right. What will we be having?
Seder.
That's right, our Seder. Okay. We have our Seder, and I was asked tonight, somebody has a friend who really wants to come. And so I said, I'm sure we plan for a few other people. So if you really have someone you'd like to bring to the Seder, or you haven't signed up yourself yet, talk to myself, talk to Lynn, talk to the Rabbi, talk to Rick. We will get you in next Friday night because we'd love to have a great Seder celebration together. It would be just awesome to have everybody there. So thank you for being part of that, and we look forward to it. That would be great. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, we have another match opportunity for funding. We have our teruma, which is our way of funding the synagogue and our programs. But we have a person who has agreed to match 10% of any payments that people make towards their pledges between March 15th and April 15th. So if you want to make a payment or an early payment on what you have pledged towards teruma, do that, and there will be a match towards that. So that's very helpful. And finally, we've had some Havdalahs at home, and they've been wonderful. The rabbis come to people's homes, and we've been able to have Havdalah and share and get to know each other in a really nice, intimate setting. So we have an opportunity either in June 17th or 24th to do another home Havdalah. The rabbi's available on those Saturday nights. So if you would like to open up your home and have a Havdalah there, I and the rabbi would be glad to help you organize that. And we would be glad to have probably about 12, 13, 14 people there to share the Havdalah together. So thank you all for being here tonight. We have Oneg afterwards. And tomorrow we'll see everybody for coffee, or no, Torah study, and then coffee on Sunday.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Okay, I would like you to, I don't think we've done enough learning yet. So open where it says the 15-step ritual roadmap for Seder. We've got to do this together. So some of us think, oh my goodness, what do you do really at the Seder? There's 15 steps. Kadesh is reciting Kiddush, the blessing over the wine or juice. Orchatz is washing. I'll say the Hebrew, you say what it means. Orchatz, Karpas, Yachatz. What happens to the other part? Where does it go? It becomes the Afikomen, right? Next, Magid. That means telling the story of our, right? Motzi. Oh, Rachza. Right, so we do the first hand washing before we have some vegetables, but it's not like we don't say a big blessing about that. But the second time, we're getting ready for Motzi, which means we're about to eat. Matzah. Al achilat matzah, and eating the matzah. Maror, korech, shulchan orech, tzafun. That assumes that somebody found the afikomen. Ben, have you ever found the afikomen? Many times? Every time? No, okay. Berach, Hallel, Nirza. Goes like this. Kadesh urchatz, help me. Karpas yachatz magid rachza motzi matzah maror korech shulchan orech tzafun berach halel nirtza la 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 la. Get ready to do it again. Kadesh urchatz karpas yachatz magid rachza motzi matzah maror korech shulchan orech tzafun berach halel nirtza. See, not hard at all. I want to just read a couple of these quotes. The Dalai Lama said, "In our dialogue with rabbis and Jewish scholars, the Tibetan people have learned about the secrets of Jewish spiritual survival in exile, and one secret is the Passover Seder. Through it, for 2,000 years, even in very difficult times, Jewish people remember their liberation from slavery to freedom, and this has brought you, the Dalai Lama said to the rabbis he was talking to, hopes in time of difficulty. We, the Tibetan people, are grateful to our Jewish brothers and sisters for adding to their celebration of freedom, the thought of freedom for the Tibetan people." The Dalai Lama was trying to ask about how do you keep going when you're in exile. And then I have a couple more here. This is from Starhawk, theorist of feminist, neo-paganism, and ecofeminism. Manchego would like that quote. "Any ritual is an opportunity for transformation. To do a ritual, you must be willing to be transformed in some way. The inner willingness is what makes the ritual come alive and have power. If you aren't willing to be changed by the ritual, don't do it." So I really encourage you as you enter Pesach to enjoy the rituals of our people. Let's turn to Aleinu, and followed by the Kaddish prayer. We didn't do Misha Berach. Let's do that. Let's turn to page 371. On this Shabbat, we are sending our love to Penny Clark and Janice Schulman, Sandy Lewin, John Noxon, Faith Gobuddy, Meredith Rosenberg, Carol Wismiller, Jerry Steinke, Sandra Albert, Marna McEnery, Bill Roselle, Mark Snyder, Celia Kessler, Macy Linder, Jean Beeman, David Hale. Are there any others that we're praying for on this Shabbat? Let's join together on 371. Oh, yes. Yes. Misha Beirach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor Habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We turn to page 586. Please stand. Ladon hakol, latit gedula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kmishpachot adama, shelo samchelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim, umishtachalim umodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim veyoseh haaretz umoshev yikaro bashamayim mima'al ushchinatu zo begovhei meromim hu Eloheinu einod Emet Malkeinu Evesulato, Kakatu Betorato, Vedata Hayom, Vehashivota, Elevavecha, Ki Adonai Hua Elohim, Bashamayim Mima'al, Ve'al ha'aretz, מתחת עינות ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. So, dear friends, we turn in our Siddur to page 598. And we remember with love those who have passed within our community. Who is it? Molly White? Louisette Brown? John Rice? Stanley Mendelson? Wendy Phoenix? Maxine Jacobson? Ann Ball? Laura Sender Lawrence? Judah Rosen? Elaine Kaplow? Carlos Garcia? Eric Friedman? Herschel Adler? Barbara Norman? Magali Grace Verano Apasoa? Murray Steingart? Gary John Newman? Ronald Claffer? Chris Bagoon? Cecile Ash? Chris Wynot? Ethan Nava? Bernard Elliott Ezralu? Judith Spivak? Bill McDonald? We remember the yard sites of Benjamin Ammer, Jonas Babitz, Carl Kopel Buden, Herman Kapitman, Edward Chissen, Judy Davis, Belle Jaffe Dressler, Robert Friedman, Benjamin Garfinkel, Lily Gershenson, Hal Halimi, Anna Ruth Kahn, Michelle Carlton, Henrietta Lerner, Irving Lerner, Ethel Marks Josephs, Dorothy Robbie. Are there any other yard sites for this Shabbat or recent deaths in our community? We stand as one family. We hold in our hearts those who died this week in Nashville. Zechronam Livracha, may all their memories be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divrach hirtei v'amlich malchutei, B'chaye chon uvyome chon uvachaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'almei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata b'nechamata. Da'amiran be'ama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Amen. Please be seated. So, a couple things. We have somebody who has a birthday today. His name is Robert. So he's in back of Bob and Holly. Raise your hand. Happy birthday to you. He didn't know I was going to call him on that. Are there any other good news to conclude this service with? Any good news to share? Yes. Ah, wonderful. Beautiful. Any good news to share? Did anybody go to Oakland this week? JT, did you go to Oakland this week? I would like to just honor JT, whose name is Yitzchak ben Avraham v'Sarah. Welcome as our brother. Mazel tov. Yes. Oh my gosh. God bless that mother and all the ducks. Any other good news? I'm good with that. And we have a wedding on Sunday. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Hotzi, hotzi, anu. Hotzi, anu. Mitzrayim. Hotzi, anu. Mitzrayim. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Ilu natan, natan, la, natan, la, retachava, natan, la, retachava, dat, enu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, die, yenu. Die, yenu. Shabbat Shalom. So let's go have a little oneg, and I mean little oneg this evening. We're always looking for people who would like to help us with oneg. So come have what we have to share, and make sure you Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Da, 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 yenu. Da, da, yenu. Da, da, yenu. Da, yenu. Da, yenu. Shabbat Shalom to all my friends on Zoom. I wish you a very sweet Pesach and Shabbat Shalom.